For this lesson, we'll do an infinitely scrolling background. So open up ActionScript 3 document, and let's go to the internet for, let's see, landscape. Simple landscape, and not landscaping companies, but image. How about a barren landscape? Yeah, something like this would be good. Something that's simple, that doesn't have any definitive landmarks. So I'm going to copy this, go over here and paste. And then I want it to be the same size as the stage, so Command K. And where it says align to stage, make sure stage is checked, and then you'll match width, match size, top left corner. So hopefully you understood what all those did. Match size to stage, vertical and horizontal, and then just align it to the top left corner. Another way to deal with it is just make sure it's 800 by 600. Either way, same results. Now let's convert it to a symbol. So function F8, and very important to put the registration point in the top left. We'll call it land. And now we go inside here, we double click to go inside, and then while holding, let's see, is it option? Yeah, holding option, no, that's not it. Maybe holding command, nope, control, okay, it is option. So while holding the option key on a Windows machine, it would be holding control. So basically you drag out another copy and align it right here to the corner, and then we're going to actually do it again. Let's scroll to the right and option, drag another copy, align it, and now you'll notice you can really see the seams, but if you take the middle one and do transform flip horizontal, it's actually not obvious where the seam is. I mean, if you really look, you can tell that it's a mirrored image, but otherwise it's hard to tell. So, and by the way, let's save this. Let's see, infinite scroll background. And now let's select all three of these. So I've got all three. Let's convert it to a symbol again. This will be landscape. Yeah, this is landscape. So now we've got land here, but actually in the library I've changed my mind. I want to call this land, how about mover? Land mover, just to make it a little more explicit what's going on here. Because inside the land mover symbol, which is the timeline we're on, we're going to move this, and let's call this landscape image, or images. Okay, so this, if nothing else, this will show you how you can rename stuff. So basically now orient yourself to what's going on. Scene one's out here, that's that timeline, nothing on it. Double click, we're now inside the land mover timeline, and then if you go, and the pictures aren't actually in this one, if you double click and go inside landscape images, that's where they're actually, the images are stored. So the purpose of the landscape images symbol is to just hold these three mirrored images, and then the purpose of this landscape mover is going to be to do a motion tween here. Let's go, I'm going to insert a keyframe, and then in the middle of here I'm just going to say create classic tween. So we get, with a classic tween, we have point A and point B, and right now they're in the same position. But what we want to do is move to where this is right there. And if you think about it, as this moves, it starts out where, I don't know, pick a point of reference. You can see this little cloud right here, and by the time we get to here, the cloud is back. So that's the moment the movie's going to loop. We'll actually instantaneously jump back to this frame, and And so that's why it'll seem like an infinite loop. Right there is where it looped. Well, no, there. I don't know. When that little cloud appears right here, it's one of those moments is when it loops. So, and obviously I think that's moving pretty fast, so I would swipe a bunch of frames and hit F5 a couple times, and then try it again. It's a little better, not quite so fast, and in fact I will hit that again a few times. It's got a little more space. Yeah, that's a much better speed. Okay, save. Now, let's go out to scene 1, and that is pretty good what we have there, but I would like to add just another element to this. Let's do a helicopter. Helicopter image. Side view. So we go to images, and let's see. I think I'll go with this one right here. Copy image. And then on a new layer, let's call this ground. Make a new layer. Copter. Or chopper. Yeah, let's go with chopper. Go with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that's too big. Option Command S or Control Alt S if you're on Windows. And now let's convert that to a symbol, so function F8. And this time let's put the registration point in the middle. Chopper. And now we go inside here, and let's see, zoom in a little bit. I'm going to use my trace bitmap mask trick. I'm going to copy this, make another layer, Command Shift V to paste it in exactly the same position. Image. This is the mask. So on the mask layer, let's do modify bitmap, trace bitmap, and just hit OK. Now we can delete out all the white. Okay, so now if we right click and say mask, now you can just see that. I think maybe there's a little bit of stuff to delete. Oops, accidentally double clicked and got thrown out. And by the way, a lot of times for the mask, I'll turn it a different color, something ridiculous, just so it's easy to see what. So my eyes don't get confused with what's the mask and what's the image. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So now, if we hit Command Enter, it looks like that. And let's add another little element. It's amazing how you can accomplish, well, there's a lot of situations where you can accomplish a great deal with very little. And what I'm going to do here is, actually, let me undo that so I can talk you through it. So I have this mask, and you only see the image through this little shape. So I'm going to make another keyframe right here, and you'll see that when I did that, there's no image of the chopper on the second frame. Like if I hide this. So here's the chopper, and it doesn't exist on that frame. So hit F5. That's a way of telling Flash I still want to be able to see the image on that second frame. But now on this mask, I'm going to lock that layer by the way, I'm going to take away the mask on this blade. Hit delete, And I'll do it here too. And what that will cause is this, which is pretty cool. I think we probably better do it on the back blade too. So let me unlock that. And a little harder to get to the back blade, so I'm going to use the lasso tool. Delete. Delete. Let's see what that looks like. Pretty good. Yeah. So there you go, and we could add a little bit more. I mean, you can experiment with this to your heart's content. You could use this timeline to maneuver the helicopter. Maybe we start with it over here and make it move. Let's go insert keyframe, and I'll create a classic tween. Once again, we got to hit F5 to make sure that Flash knows we want to show the background there, and then we can move this like so. And it's going to happen really fast, actually, at that rate, and it's going to loop around. And so you could also make a layer called Actions, and up here, create a keyframe, hit function F9, or just go up here and tell it to open your Actions panel. Right here, let's put some basic action script. Let's just say stop. So what that'll do is it'll keep it from looping. It'll get to the end of the animation and it'll just stop. Which actually, if I were to want to get done with it, I would actually move it off the screen. And probably do the same with this. So now it will look like a complete scene. A helicopter just went by. And let's make it not happen so fast. I'll select all those frames. You got to make sure you've got all three layers, and then hit F5 a few times. It's pretty good. Now let's go to freesound.org. And make sure you register here. And then let's make a helicopter prop. Okay, that sounds good to me. So I'll go here, download. It's a wave, so definitely a file type that we can handle. Let's go to documents. New folder, sounds. I'll just save it in there. Chopper. Okay, now to get this file into Flash, it's actually taking a little while. I apologize for the wait. Just jump ahead on the video. I see that my library is showing right here. So as soon as this is done, I'm going to try dragging it and just dropping it right there. There it is. Another way is to go File, Import to Library, and then navigate to it. But where I actually want to put it is inside the, well, I could put it right here. Actions. No, I think I put it sounds. I'll bring this down. I always make the topmost layer actions if I have any actions. And then go to properties. You got to click on the frame because that's the place that you're going to store this sound. And then that, and you can actually see the waveform there. And let's see if it looks good. Sounds good. Yep. Very cool. And see, there's even ways to deal with you can fade it in, fade it out, that sort of thing. But I'm just going to leave it at that, save it, and that's looping, infinite looping background with a little extra cool stuff added to it.